Weaver, John C., Roseman, California. What's going on, guys? It's still the 30th of May, 2021. 7:30 in the morning. I'm asking myself, why the hell am I up this morning? I was looking over the social media, and my previous video was going to be saying something about that. I was tap dancing around an issue here. Some things you have to tap dance because they are difficult to talk about without pissing people off left and right, especially when you want to do the middle of the road. Now, if you want to do the extreme end over here, you'll probably say something extremist. Now, in my defense itself, I have said some extreme things about people specifically, about their decisions and about their verbiage on actions and situations that they chose to partake in. One of which, well, the previous video was taking care of a religious icon. But then again, stupidity is contagious. I always consider myself a fool and idiot. Coffee. The thing of it is, we're dealing in a day and age that we have to be careful about what the hell we're saying these days, even though we like to go full tilt boogie and then say, ha ha ha, I said this, ha 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 ha. And then watch our own asses get backstabbed one way or another because we're that stupid to say in the first place. The problem is we have to keep watching out sometimes because we're living in a year and we're living in a day and age of offending people is going to be worse and worse. But then again, if you're saying it just because you want political points, you're really in for it. I've seen it happen too many damn times. Locally, all the way through the national. People don't use their heads. People don't use their brains. They are ruled by their own stupidity and ignorance about hurting the other person because they want to make political points. They want to prove that their ego is better than everybody else and bigger than everybody else. It never ceases to frickin' amaze me at this point over here. I mean, come on. What is it with these lunatics? What is it with these frickin' lunatics? They're going to be using a religious icon to prove a damn point about their anti-government viewpoints and comparing a vaccination to that shit. Then again, you turn around and you start borrowing money from the same damn government. What the hell bullshit is that? Either you're going to be against the government or you're going to be for the government. If you're going to be against the government, you might as well say, fuck you, I want some money out of you. That's basically how we're doing right now. No, not we are. Certain people. And I don't understand that damn shit. I really don't. I mean, I tried to tap dance as much as I could and tried to keep it polite and genteel in the previous video. And this one, I'm being brutal. Using a fucking Star of David like this for a fucking racist remark in a forum to protest the government's actions of trying to save our fucking asses over a bug that's trying to fucking kill us. But you want your freedom. You want your freedom. We need the freedom to be who we are, assholes. Doesn't matter whether or not we're trying to kill the other neighbor or not. We don't care about the other neighbor. We only care about our fucking selves. So we keep screaming about our freedom left and right. We're only caring about our own damn selves. And the problem is, we don't give a shit. We're proving that to these people. We're supposed to be generous. We're supposed to be giving. Fuck you. It's me and me alone. That's how it is. That's how it's saying right now. We want our personal freedom to be that way. Me and me alone. And fuck you all. But I want. So I got my hand sticking at you at this point. I'm saying, I want something from you. But fuck you anyway. But I want it anyway. Fuck you anyway. But I want it anyway. Give it to me. Gimme. You don't give it to me? Fuck you. I'm going to get you anyway. I'm a bully. They think it's funny. But that's how we're acting. That's how we're dealing. That's what we're doing on social media. That's what we're doing in regular media. That's what we're doing in real life. Face it, we're fucking bullies. We're selfish and self-conscious, self-centered, egotistical. We're into ourselves. We're not the great America. No, we're the selfish America. We're the dark side of us. We are doing this to ourselves and to everybody else. We're saying, fuck you, you owe us everything. We're going to take it from you and say, fuck you anyway, because we can. We're the great America slash Roman Empire. Roman Empire. People don't look at parallels. They don't look at the shit's happening right now as it is. And they don't want to understand it. Well, I'm encountering authors out there who are trying to make comparisons of what's going on. Nationwide authors out there trying to tell people left and right of how the COVID was same thing like the flu. You're going to say, it's the same thing. He's saying that we've got flu. I'm going to re-edit. No, you can't take it back. You just called it the flu. See, you're a hypocrite. It is under COVID classification, a different form of COVID virus, but they have some things similar. But you can't do that. You can't walk it back. See, he's a hypocrite. He says like every one of us, he's fucked up. Now we know this guy's secret. Now he's a fucking hypocrite. Now we can tear him apart. You lost this one because now we have gained the upper hand. We are the ego. We are the we are all together one. And you are just another peon. Our ego is great, and therefore we must have more power. We are the absolute supreme thing in the universe, and we will declare it to any god out there, including the one we theoretically worship. Even the one that keeps trying to tell us that we have to be kind and considerate and generous and helpful to our neighbors. Fight them! It's all from us. And us is me! And I am the ego! Yeah, I think I had enough of that one. In the case of poison, I'll have facetious acting at this point over here. I hope you're getting the point across. Because the point is, we're doing that. And I don't care if you deny the damn shit or not, we're still doing that. And so I was trying to explain, and I'm going to cough on the air, and I'm not hitting the pause button. Had to get that morning cough out. All that shit out of my chest. The stuff that stays and lingers in there for a hell of a long while that makes you feel and do weird things. It may involve saying weird things that you may not appreciate. The COVID is a classification, nothing more. We classify our viruses under different scientific Latin names, I don't know. Observation, I've been doing a hell of a lot of that. And the 19 is doing the same example as we had of the Spanish flu a century ago. In this form and format here, we are forcing ourselves into behaviors we don't like. Wearing the mask on a constant basis is worrisome in its entirety there. It's bad enough when I have to pull out these damn things out of my vest because I have to make sure that I've got an army of these assholes ready to go. That I have to be doing my part in trying to prevent the disease entering to me, but if I've got the disease entering from everybody. Now, it's been over 2 weeks since I've had my shots, the second shot. So now, I can wear these buttons that say I'm vaccinated. Tell the world that, yes, I had my shots. But, just as a precaution, I will wear a mask in public if I have to. It is not something patriotic, it is something of a health concern. But we've turned it into a political warfare, haven't we? We've turned it into freedoms and rights and stuff. They probably already had that situation happening over a century ago as well. People arguing about it, that their own civil rights are being violated. No, because they didn't want people to die from the damn flu bug. They didn't want to have people getting affected by this damn thing. And they didn't even realize flu bugs can also create their own variants, like the COVID-19 has. More deadlier, more virulent, more passable. The vaccinations, for the most part, at least for I know some of them anyway, they keep reporting, have still prevented us from having the bug to a point. But if we've already had the bug, we've got complications happening. And we can't avoid that. The vaccinations will not reverse anything, but it'll prevent us from having another reinfection, if possible. If we've already been affected once and don't even know it, we'll know it. We'll know it by the after effects that it leaves behind. It's like Sweet 16 wants a birthday party of a few friends, but the few friends have invited the entire neighborhood without the parents knowing it. And their parents are bewildered because now they've got the entire neighborhood of kids coming into the home to celebrate, and they weren't even invited. So when the party is gone and the party's done, the whole house is in shambles. That's how sometimes it feels like. And you're stuck cleaning up the mess. People think that this virus is a joke. The numbers tell you otherwise. And the piles of body being burned in different countries tells you also a different story as well. But how the hell does politics get in here in the first place? Politics has a way of screwing things up left and right before we even realize it. Politics is hurting everybody. We want our freedom so damn badly, we're willing to fight and die for it, right? Fine. But how about the person's freedom to be healthy, to live a long life? Unfortunately, the Constitution and all of our other legal documents out there don't provide us with health, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are the three things knocked into our heads so damn much. But life, what is life? Is that health? Or is that basically existence? And does this mean you're entitled to health? Are you really entitled to health? Should you be entitled to health? And who the hell are you that makes you entitled to health? Pursuit of happiness. Okay, you want to be pursuing to a point where you want to be happy. So you're going to pursue it for everything else you got. Stepping over people left and right, but you have a right to be pursuit of happiness. 1 second. Sorry about that. I hate it when I get distracted like that a great deal. Especially when I realize that the information I was talking about is looking in the news and seeing other things that I didn't even expect. Primarily when it comes down for sticking one's foot all the way up to the body cavity and then beyond that one. Oh, yeah. Now, some people may think I'm doing that as well. Probably I am. And all the remarks I've been making these days. My own observations, and I know I'm going to get buried alive in it, and that's the thing I expect to be. But when nothing happens, either I haven't pushed enough buttons and I'm trying to be a shock jock about the damn thing, or being a snob or a snideish person about this one here. I gotta make my remarks in a way that drive people crazy. Or else I'm hitting points home that are making people think and maybe come to realizations of what's going on in their own life. I'm not a guru. I'm not there to change opinions. I'm only doing my own observations. But in those observations, I'm also probably interjecting my own statements, my own viewpoints, my version of what's going on these days. And the problem is, I have an issue with it. I know I have an ego. I know I have a mouth. And I get opinionated at times. And sometimes my own observations may be discolored. I'm not saying the things like other people should be or want me to see them as. I see them the way I see them, and I report them the way I observe and understand them. So if I am making more and more remarks concerning about what's going on, and so be it. But after that, I don't know. I really don't know. I should be handing it off over here without trying to stick more of my body up my cavities at this point. Oh, yeah, the verbal jaunt there. I think I'll just end it there.